Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Sydney. If you are new, welcome in. I am a reseller. I make videos about how to sell on Poshmark and making money online. I also sell on other platforms like eBay and Mercari. I do have a few videos about those. But in this video, we are going to talk about the biggest Poshmark mistakes and how to avoid them. So if you are interested in selling on Poshmark or you've been selling on Poshmark for a while now, this video is for everyone, and I'm just going to teach you some things that I've learned from selling on Poshmark over the past 8 years. Before we get started, just a couple housekeeping things. I do get a lot of questions about my Facebook group, which is Posh Boss HQ. It is linked down in the description box. It is a free Facebook group, a great resource. We have a lot of reselling discussions in there, discussions about Poshmark, eBay, questions about business in general. All questions are welcome, so definitely check that out if you are looking for a positive reselling community to join. Again, that's linked down in the description box. The only thing I ask is that you answer the questions so that I do know that you are a real person. I do try to go through the people requesting to join just to try to protect the integrity of the group. There are a lot of spam accounts on Facebook, so I do try to make sure it is real people joining the group. But anyone is welcome, whether you are selling on Poshmark or thinking about selling on Poshmark or reselling in general. Definitely would love to have you in the group. One more thing, I do want to thank everyone who has gone ahead and signed up for my coaching sessions in 2022. I've had several people go ahead and sign up for those. I do have some places left, so I will put all of the information down in the description box and in the comments if you are interested in joining us for coaching sessions. We are going to be doing some group sessions and some one-on-one sessions. So all of that info is linked down below, and if you have any questions, you are welcome to also email me. It's poshbosshq@gmail.com. Okay, so let's start talking about the biggest Poshmark mistakes and how to avoid them. My first mistake that I want to discuss is going to link back to a video that I posted the other day about a Poshmark scam that is happening. Definitely go back and watch that video. It has a lot of important information in it. I will link that down in the description box as well for you to check out if you did not watch it already. But it is getting a lot of attention, and there is a lot of questions on the video regarding canceling and shipping. This is kind of a complicated subject because of the way Poshmark is set up, the way their shipping system is set up, and the way Poshmark's cancellation policy is set up. So I have a lot of people who are talking about scenarios where the buyer asks them to cancel the order. So I'm just going to tell you how I do this and how I handle situations when buyers request that their Poshmark order be canceled. So if someone asks me to cancel the order, if I have not shipped the item, I go ahead right away and cancel the order. Because if somebody is requesting to cancel the order and you don't cancel the order, that probably means they are going to be a huge headache later, which means that you are going to be wasting a lot of time trying to deal with this person who no longer wants this item. So if someone asks you to cancel the order and you have not shipped the item yet, just go ahead and cancel the order. I promise you it will save you a lot of time and headache, because what's going to happen is they're going to get the Poshmark package. They are going to open a case with Poshmark for some sort of probably dishonest reason. And, you know, it's going to take a lot of time for you to either get your money or get your item back. So definitely just go ahead and cancel the order if you have a situation where the person just does not want the item. Now, if someone asks you to cancel the order and you have already shipped your item, there's literally nothing that you can do. So Poshmark provides you with a shipping label. Once you have shipped that item, then it's gone with the post office. So, you know, if you sell on eBay and you generate your own shipping labels, you can actually pay to have the package intercepted. And you might can do this with a Poshmark package as well, but I think it's around $15 that you have to pay to have your package intercepted. And Poshmark actually has a policy that will protect you, because all sales on Poshmark are final. If you have done everything right on your end, if you have represented this item correctly, the person cannot return the item and they cannot cancel their purchase. Now again, go back and watch that scam video that I posted a few days ago, because that's going to go way more into detail about Poshmark's cancellation policy, and there are a lot of details to that that you need to know if you are not aware of them. Now, this is a huge mistake that I see people making all the time, is that they are overthinking little minute things that don't even matter. People get really upset about like getting really low offers, and this is something that I have never understood. I mean, I know it's disappointing when you get an offer and you look at it and it's like for $5, but that's not something that you should take personally. Like, there should be like a moment of disappointment, but this should not be something that you dwell on, because when you're dwelling on things, you are wasting time, and that's time that you could be using, time and energy that you could be using to put towards making more money. So, you know, if you get low offers and you're overthinking it, just try to get to a point in your business where you're not taking these things so personally. You know, especially if you're just starting out and you're trying to build this into a business, don't overthink everything. You want to bring yourself to a point in your business where you are confident in what you are doing, where you are comfortable in what you are doing. If you feel like you need more help in these areas, definitely check out my coaching package that is linked below. These are one-on-one coaching sessions where I will sit down and talk to you not just about Poshmark and reselling, but also about your business, about the energy that you should have towards selling, about what goals you should be working on based on your situation. You know, every situation is different. So definitely check out my coaching package down below if that's something that you want to work on in the new year. I would love to work with you and help you. I went through all of these things. So I've been reselling for 8 years now, and I have been through so many things that, you know, when I first started, I didn't really know what I was doing. I knew kind of what I was doing, but I just knew that I didn't want to be working for someone else. I graduated college and then I started working at a vet's office, and I was just absolutely miserable. I can't tell you how miserable I was, and I was super depressed. And I didn't really know what I was gonna do, but I knew it wasn't that. I was super depressed. I quit my job. I laid on the couch for a week and binge watched Supernatural, which I didn't even know was still on TV at that time, but there were like 20 seasons of it. And I laid on the couch and I watched Supernatural, and I was trying to, I don't know, find myself. I don't know what I was trying to do. But I had been selling things on Poshmark here and there, and I was watching Supernatural and just scrolling Instagram, and I happened to come across people and found a reselling community and realized that there are people who do this full time for a living and who live very good lives doing this for a living. And I said, okay, well, you know, if there's anything I have, it's clothes. Like, I didn't even have a car. I started off selling things that I had around my house. Finally got a car, like a really old car, but it would get me to Goodwill and back. So, you know, you have to start, you have to grow. Everybody has to start somewhere. So anyway, if you need help, I would love to work with you. Like I said, all the information is linked down below. My email is linked down below if you have questions. But yeah, so, you know, these are mistakes that you have to just be aware of, and you have to stop overthinking what you are doing. You have to stop overthinking being an entrepreneur, and you kind of sometimes just have to dive in. But stop overthinking in your business, because when you're overthinking, you're wasting time, and that's keeping you from making money. It's keeping you from growing and getting to where you need to be. So the next biggest mistake that I see people making on Poshmark is following too many people. And this is a huge Poshmark mistake that I actually made when I started reselling, because I would spend a lot of time following people. And what this is a huge waste of time, especially if you get to the point where you are a Poshmark ambassador, and this is a huge perk of being a Poshmark ambassador. You are gonna get followers on autopilot. So once you become a Poshmark ambassador, you've checked off everything on the Poshmark ambassador list, you are going to start getting followers regularly. You know, they go through cycles where you will start to get a bunch of followers. They recommend you to people, so people will follow you, and you don't have to worry about, you know, following people as much. Now, absolutely, if you want to follow some people, that's great. If you find sellers that you like, you want to follow them, that's great. But I would not waste a lot of time trying to follow people whenever, you know, it's just not really going to help. The next mistake I see people making is they are getting too attached to their inventory. So a lot of times people will buy things, especially when they first start out. They don't really know what they're doing, what they're sourcing, things like that. So people just get really attached to their inventory, and they don't want to let it go. They don't want to accept the fact that it's maybe, you know, not the best inventory that they've bought. Sometimes you really just have to clearance stuff out. This is why if you walk into a store, most stores have clearance sections, and they go through every month, every couple weeks, and they clearance out items. I did work in retail for a very long time, and you know, I put myself through college working retail. I worked at mom and pop shop, J. Crew. I worked for Hobby Lobby. I've worked several different retail places, and they all had clearance places in the store. So you have to periodically go through your inventory and, you know, just accept it to where you might have to sell it to break even. Now, I don't recommend selling items at a loss, but you know, that's something that is inevitably going to happen as well. And you shouldn't be too hard on yourself about it. So just periodically go through your inventory, you know, look at stuff, kind of take a step back and try to view it as a customer. Would someone really want this? And if they probably wouldn't want it, then, you know, clearance it out, send out offers, try to share it to get some new likers on it, see if you can get some activity, lower the price, things like that, and try to get your money back for it, or just get rid of it. The next thing kind of goes along with that, and a huge mistake I see people making is selling bad quality inventory. So if you want to resell, and you want to resell full time, you really have to start doing quality control with your inventory. Even if you are selling used clothing, people don't want to get the item, and they don't want it to, you know, feel like it's actually used. You want to have stuff that's in excellent condition. I am very picky about the stuff that I source. I go through it in the store. I go through when I'm processing items, when I'm steaming things, I'm looking over them. I have my photography lights turned on at all times when I'm going through stuff. So that way, if there is some kind of flaw on the item, even if I've already purchased the item from a thrift store or wherever I got the item, I'm probably going to see it. So definitely keep an eye out, look for flaws, holes. If something has a lot of pilling on it or is really thin, like it's been washed a million times, I don't recommend selling things like that. You know, just look at the item and think, if you got this in the mail, would you be happy with it? And if the answer is no, then you probably should not sell it on Poshmark. Okay guys, that is my video for today. If you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them down below for me. I do love hearing from all of you. I do hope that you will subscribe if you are interested in making money online. I will see you guys in the next video.